Hi guys. I know you can see us on Crowdcast, so just wait 1 second. We're doing Facebook and then we'll be there.
Yeah, it's taking a sec. It's connecting. I think my
We're not ignoring you.
it's taking its time. And Facebook says I'm not getting the spinny wheel of death, so that's a good sign. It just says connecting. All right. But I'm excited to be here. Okay, I can see us on Facebook and it says where I go.
All
So
right.
hey.
Hi everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. Although it's only 101, so not too bad for us. Um, we haven't done this in a bit because we've just been running around. I say spinning like a top. That's how I feel these days. So we're here. We're back for Galley Gab Fest. We've missed everyone. There's some fun, friendly names. I see Casey Davis and Beth Thomas and Donna and Samantha and yeah, everybody. It goes on and on. Hi, everybody. What's been going on? Tell us how you're feeling at the end of this year. Are you kind of like ready for the holidays? You're like, I can't believe it's here because I'm like a mixture of both, I
I'm
feel.
feeling that too. Like, what do you mean it's November? And it's almost over. So that's
October
a lot.
was wildly quick, I thought. Yeah, Donna agrees. Spinning tops.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
too.
I thought about it and I don't this is our first Galley Gab Fest without authors on in a hot second.
Well, that's true.
It's crazy.
Oh, Casey's a new grandma and they have a new
Oh,
kitchen.
congrats. Oh,
Hmm.
favorite time of year, Tammy. I get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving is
Thanksgiving
kind
is
of
late.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I am gonna, because I need any excuse to talk about it, I'm gonna piggyback on that and say I became an aunt this weekend.
Yay.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
I am gonna meet the new baby at the end of this week, hopefully. So thank you. Thanks and congrats to you, Casey. That's exciting. Oh, I love babies. And they make it easier for like the holidays to come because you're like, I just want to smush them.
yeah. Also, Lainey and I are in different time zones right now, which is pretty rare for us. Pretty rare for us.
Yeah. Not rare, as everyone here knows, like not rare during the pandemic. I was
Yeah.
in Mississippi, but I'm back for a little bit. Want to see the new baby, and we're excited to talk books. Thank you. Very sweet. Casey, if you find photos in my inbox, I would love to see pictures of I love a picture of a baby. So I get it, but I would love to be happy over your new grandbaby. Um, so we have a lot to go through. This is what we'll do today. We have some books to talk about. We kind of thought since we haven't done it for a while, we've just been kind of collecting big newsworthy things or exciting books or like fun tidbits that we can tell you about that are maybe coming a little sooner. We have some that are coming next winter. I have just like a few announcements at the beginning, so we'll do that. But do we want to yeah, so we'll go back and forth sharing Edelweiss catalogs, but we'll send it in the chat too, so you can
Yeah.
go at your own pace. We're gonna just kind of keep it cash as we do, and just talk books. So jump in, stop us, ask us, whatever. You know
Yeah.
how we roll.
I'm
Yeah.
actually going to immediately derail us and I'm going to start a debate. I want
Oh
to know
goodness.
when is the appropriate time to put up a Christmas tree if that's something you celebrate? Is it before Thanksgiving or after? I personally am like, that's an after Thanksgiving thing. Everyone chime in. I'm very curious. All right, 12/1 after
Okay, we're getting
whenever
okay. November 1st. Wow, you're on top of it. Oh, I like Beth's.
Remembrance
Beth
Day.
is very diplomatic, like whenever you feel like
So
it.
true.
But I feel like the other thing that I would probably, this might be rage bait too, but I can't stand when I go into a store and they're playing Christmas music before Thanksgiving. Like I
I
cannot listen to it. Like, okay, December 1st, great, but I can't
understand.
do it before.
Because then you'll get Mariah Carey fatigue.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I don't want to hear all I want for Christmas ever again if it's starting November 1st. So I understand that for sure.
Yeah. I feel like, well, I'm also really late with like decorations, so I'm like a week before Christmas, but that's my own family's lateness. Um,
I haven't had a Christmas tree in years in my apartment because
mhm.
it's like, what am I gonna my apartment barely fits me, you know what I mean? But maybe someday soon.
I
But
always name I've had them in my apartment, but now I'm like usually at back home, so I don't really have a tree either. But before that, I would name my Christmas trees. So we had Douglas fir, we've had Chris pine,
Chris
we've
Pine's
had
hilarious.
Roberta redwood. They're pretty great. They're pretty
That's
great. I
awesome.
love a Christmas tree name.
I've never thought about doing that, and I really like it. I think I'm gonna make a stocking this year. A stocking would be fun. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. You know
Or
what
any
that
other
leaves?
holiday. We don't have to keep it Christmassy. We can do
Yeah.
like general holidays or like even New Year's. That sometimes I usually have a standing New
Mhm.
Year's tradition too. So
Well,
if you
I've
have any
been
traditions, let us know.
my old roommate just moved out like 2 months ago, but we were celebrating Hanukkah the last couple of years, and it was like the first time I've ever celebrated Hanukkah, and it was so
Hmm.
fun.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
and I might go like over to his new apartment and do Hanukkah with him again because I'm like, this was a fun little tradition for us.
That's
Um,
nice.
yeah. So I guess that leads us into December, so we can talk about
Wait,
December.
hold on. Somebody said they make ornaments with our damaged, discarded books. I would love to see
Wait,
that. That's cool.
Samantha, yeah, you should
And
send us those.
feeling 82 degrees, not feeling Christmassy. I get that
Right.
too.
Yeah. I am
Yeah.
going to send a poll right now because we're about to jump into some writers to watch, and we have a question for all of you. I don't know if this is popping up, so I'm
Yeah.
actually just gonna make a new one because I think I
It
messed up.
is. I see it.
You can see it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just popped in the a poll on Crowdcast. Feel free if you're watching on Facebook to chime in as well. We're wondering if um the after work evening writers to watch are working for you all or if it's easier for you to watch during the day. We've been historically doing it for the last, oh my God, 3 years now at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we'll move it forward for authors across the pond, or we've had authors from Australia chime in. So yeah, we're just kind of wondering what works best for you.
Mhm.
Um,
I
yeah,
don't think we're trying, like, if it's not broke, we're not trying to fix it, but I feel like everyone's so excited to come jump on here and we love that. We love talking to you, but we also want it to be most convenient. Like if this is a convenient time, let us know.
yeah,
Or it might just be that like it's after work and you have things to do and you'll watch the replay. That's fine too. I just want to make sure we're providing what's most helpful to you. So if you don't mind just like filling that out while you're watching, it's
yeah.
one question. Hi Kim, running late but here. So that's really what it is. It's not like we're looking to change it. We're just kind of checking in.
Yeah, putting our feelers out there. And this is a good segue into our next Writers to Watch episode, which we're very excited about, coming to you on the 4th, 7 p.m. ET. We have an awesome lineup for you. We have Rainbow Rowell, Cherry Baby, The Astral Library by Kate Quinn, The Left and the Lucky by Willie Vlotton, and Missing Sister by Jocelyn Jackson. And we're really excited. Um, I think it's
That's
going to
a
be a
really
really,
cool one to end the year on.
yeah, great way to wrap up the year. I am just really thrilled to have all these authors on, and I think we've had all of them on a program before too. So it'll be people are gonna be
Yeah,
veterans.
yeah. That's
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't no, yeah, we've had all of them on Writers Watch before. So they're returning. So that's super, super
cool.
fun. So we hope you can make it. I'm gonna throw in the links right now in the chat for you. Because if you're on Crowdcast, you'll get reminders, and it's a separate link from this link that you're watching today. So register
Cool.
for Writers to Watch.
Yeah, and we've said this, oh, I got pictures of a granddaughter. I'm so excited. Okay, I'll look at it after this. I can't wait. So let me think. train left the station. That's okay. We writers to
Next
watch.
one.
Oh, somebody asked us if they could send questions in early because they can't make the event. Totally fine. If you want to send us a question, that'd be great. I think it's always nice to really show them that there's a lot of activity in the chat, and that's fine if you don't have like a lot of specific questions, but I also like don't want them to only hear from us. So please feel free to write to us early if you can't make the live event. So yeah. And then thank you for all the comments. We'll go back and read it on the time. This is great. It's really
Yeah.
great focus group. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then Lainey, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about the new thing that we're doing in our newsletter.
Yeah, so you probably know, but if not, I wanted to shout out that we are doing a new thing on our newsletter. It's only once every 2 weeks usually, unless there's a lot of books publishing, but probably once every 2 weeks, we're going to bring like 3 or 4 big titles that, that you're gonna see everywhere, either in the news or just they're coming out that week. We're gonna put them on our newsletter. It's a way we've gotten some feedback from the Baker and Taylor situation, is what I'll say. That some orders are being missed and having to reorder, but they want to make sure that they're not missing anything. And so we've come up with this idea to put a few big key titles out every 2 weeks for the next 2 Tuesday pub dates so that you don't miss anything. So we'll put that email out. The next one will go this either Friday or Monday, but it'll just be 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, not a lot. And you can make sure. And then I also have an Edelweiss catalog in the email that's got every book publishing those 2 weeks. So if you don't need the top couple that like you just don't want to make sure you've ordered, you can really dive in however you want and kind of sort them however you would like. So we're hoping that that's helpful. If there's anything else that we can do, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to help you. We'll do this until the new year, and then we'll see how it's going. We might extend it. So okay.
It'll also be on Library Love Fest as well. We'll be posting it there. And then I'm gonna share that little graphic we made on Instagram just to
Yeah,
give a little shout out. If you're not following us on Instagram, it's a
good
good way to
idea.
get reminders. So it'll look something like this, and then we'll talk about things in the media as well. So just wanted to make sure that you know about that. It's been
Yeah, I mean, I know we're like usually
helpful.
like further out. We're doing library reads a month or so out. We're telling you about books at least 3 to 4 months, but this is a little something different from us, but we're hoping it helps fill in any gaps of stuff that you're like, yeah, I knew about that 9 months ago and I ordered it, but now I'm having issues because I have to reorder it. Just want to stay top of mind. So, yeah, okay, it seems like it's good in the chat. So, anything else we can do to help, you let us know.
Cool.
Um, and okay, so what's next? So we
Next,
have
we wanted to
yep.
give a shout out to Peter Stark because he was on our last episode of Writers to Watch, and he is a big library lover, like all of our authors, but he in particular wants to come to a bunch of libraries, come see you. So his book, The Lost Cities of El Norte, we think is like very timely with the 250th celebration of the anniversary of the United States. And we think it'd be a great author to bring to your library. So reach out to Lainey or I to inquire about Peter, and you can catch that replay of Writers to Watch on YouTube or Facebook or the Crowdcast link. Yeah, and I mean we were thinking about how we remember history and whatnot, and I think that is a great segue into um our next topic, and I'm gonna pass the virtual baton to Lainey.
Received. Yeah, Peter is great, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't tell you on Writers to Watch. I can come talk to anyone," and he would love to. So keep that in mind. But I thought in that talk, we were like, it's great for the 250th anniversary, like reimagining what we know about history. And in that vein, we have a very exciting publishing program that we internally have, not we, me, but we as a company have come up with. And it's really cool. It's called the American Classics. So I'm going to share one image if I can find them in my computer. There's one. Okay, so this is the American Classics books that define a nation. So I'll zoom in a minute, but this is a sell sheet for our HarperCollins American Classics. The logo at the bottom is a pillar on the side of a book. And our in-house designer, Robin, she's amazing. She has done like bookmarks. She did bookmarked for me. She's great. And she has individually come up with an image for every book that is in this collection that represents this book, but makes it really clean and simple. And this is to commemorate the 250th anniversary of American independence. We're going to publish special editions of select seminal works in our catalog that have shaped American thought, literature, and identity across generations. The classics have been carefully chosen to reflect the ideals, struggles, and triumphs of the nation. From timeless novels to groundbreaking nonfiction, these books represent the diverse voices and perspectives that define America's cultural and intellectual heritage. So then I will zoom in so you can see some of the covers. I hope that's not too fuzzy. So we have like the Scarlet Letter, Moby Dick, as you can see, like Charlotte's Web. This one's cool. You can't see it here, but there's like a web over the apostrophe. Of course, we have To Kill a Mockingbird. We have the Bell Jar. And there's The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So it goes all across time to really show what the breadth of HarperCollins' impact on literature. So that's the American Classics. I also have another thing to show you that looks like this, and it will list all of them so you can see it. They're coming out in May. They're kind of a smaller trim size. They have French flaps, and it's in order of time of date published, so that also may help you. We're going to be doing things on social for this soon, so you're going to hear way more about it, but I just wanted to use this as a good time to really dive into it and tell you that we have this program coming. It's really cool. And in the chat, we have a all Edelweiss catalog of all of these books, so you can kind of look at the covers one-on-one. They spent a lot of time thinking these through. They are really cool books, and really cool jackets. So I hope that you enjoy, and then, you never know, like, give us 20 more years, maybe we'll have some more.
Tell us
So
what your fave is. I would love to hear if you have a
yeah,
favorite classic. Drop it in the chat.
yeah.
Lainey, what's yours? I feel like I know the
Oh
answer.
gosh, I haven't really thought about it. Let me look at the whole list. Let's
It
see.
could be off the list, like something you consider a classic.
Oh gosh, that would be hard.
I know,
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the
You
spot.
know, I loved in high school reading older books, and like I was the only one who did it. And then I would come in and do like a Spark Note version for my class because we had a quiz. So I pretty much was doing this job. I was telling them what the book was about. Um, and I loved The Scarlet Letter. I thought people hated to read it in class because it's a little old school, but I really loved it. And I liked Huck Finn too. I also, I mean, of course, Charlotte's Web, but To Kill a Mockingbird, I'm from Mississippi, so that one probably was
I
really
love
taught a lot.
I love To Kill a
So,
Mockingbird, yeah.
yeah.
I liked,
Mm.
okay, this is a hot take, I think. I really liked Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Everyone in my class really hated it,
I liked
but
it too. It was
it was,
it was an intense read though.
yeah, doomed by the narrative, like she's like the OG doomed by the narrative. And I
I have to admit, I
also,
read it for fun, not for school.
oh, Lainey, that
Oh
makes so much
yeah.
sense to me. I also love like I love The Great Gatsby. I think it's one of my favorite books, and
Yeah.
out of like the newer things I think are gonna be like classics, definitely like the things they carried by Tim O'Brien. I probably talked about that a million times. You also, and you love Anne of Green Gables. That's like your
Yeah,
thing.
we must not have published the first original. Maybe that's why it's not,
I see
we're
Scarlet
a little
Letter.
held to what we've published or added or whatever.
I
Plus it's
know.
Canadian, so that also
Yeah.
is part
I
of it.
see Emma in the chat. I loved Animal Farms. Okay, thank you for about things I carried. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I would say probably Anne Green Gables is Canadian. That's probably why I win. But
yeah,
Emma, yeah, is good
The
too.
Giver.
Um, there's a lot. I'm glad that they're including some newer titles like The Hate You Give too.
Yeah, very cool.
Let me put that before I forget. Let me put this in the chat so you know. Edelweiss catalog. So this is all of the Mariner, I mean, not Mariner, the American classics, but they range from different publishing sites. American class. So it's coming, and if that's helpful to know, we just want to talk about it, but you'll see more about that in the coming months.
Yeah,
And oh, I know what I was going to show you. There's this really funny image, and it has become a joke, but like anyway, I'll explain it. But so our designer, Robin, she created all of these covers, and she was like, they could have gone to an outside firm, but she really wanted to do it. So she was like, I was jumping in. I was so excited. She's like, I did over like a crazed weekend or something. I mean, she worked a long time on it, but I think the ideas came to her at once. So she said I hope I'm getting the story right, but she like woke up in the middle of the night with like this vision of like all the books, like an eagle. She's like, it's like American. And then she kind of threw it together, and it became this joke where they were like, don't put that anywhere because it's a little all over the place. And now people are saying like, no, put that everywhere. It's what we think of. And here it is. It's on the Instagram account of our bookseller page. Isn't that so fun?
I love it. I love it. The eagle lives. I love that comment
Yeah, the
too.
eagle lives. I don't know if yeah. So that's become kind of a mascot, but it started off as kind of a joke. But yeah, it's all of them coming together.
Sweet. And then we have one more thing before we dive into the books. And maybe, Lainey, I
Two
might.
more things.
Oh, we two more things. Yes. And I'm next. I was about to embarrass myself in front of everyone, and I will. Just give it a second. But before I embarrass myself, we wanted to tell you about we have a really cool opportunity here. Let me share my screen. Okay, so Terry Woods, who is a self-published New York Times best-selling author, is we acquired these books. We're going to be publishing them for all of you. I think the ebooks are out now. So the ebooks are out. You can read the True to the Game trilogy, and we have a paperback collection coming as well. And I'm going to throw it's the Edelweiss catalog that I'm going to share with you has this included in there. So keep an eye out there. But yes, we have paperbacks are coming, ebook out now, audiobooks also coming. So very exciting. We're really, really excited to bring this to a wider audience. It's a fantastic series, and we're just really excited to have Terry under the Amistad umbrella. So yeah. Sweet. And now I'm passing it to Lainey, where I am going to embarrass myself and tell Lainey that before I started working at Harper, I didn't know that almanacs were still a thing. So now Lainey's going to tell you about the almanac.
Oh, well, as someone with a grandfather who gardens a lot, I know about the almanac. So I'm curious if you have almanacs in your libraries. Like, do people come in and look at them? Or I don't know, maybe it's a non-issue, but if you have it, I would like to know. But we have, I got to get this right. I got to get the wording right. So we put out the series, The Old Farmer's Almanac. As you might have seen in the news, the Farmer's Almanac is going to cease operations. They're shutting down. And then we don't want any confusion because we have a very much continuing to thrive documentation called the Old Farmer's Almanac. So, I mean, things happen, we get it, but it's very confusing to have like one apostrophe moved in. We're still going strong. So, let me tell you a little bit about the 2026 one. So, it makes everyday quote useful with a pleasant degree of humor, and they've been published in 1792. Again, it kind of works with our theme of American classics. The 2026 edition continues the tradition. It delivers fun facts, predictions, feature articles, advice across many interest areas to readers who live and aspire to live close to the earth with the intent of help to make informed decisions based on time-honored wisdom. So it's kind of like a time capsule of the year. It contains cultural trends, weather forecasts and conditions, articles on interesting topics like gardening or home arts and remedies. And this is long recognized as North America's most beloved and best-selling annual versatile little yellow book is what we put out. So this one's the 234th edition. It's got 96 full color pages, 32 reference pages covering popular topics such as full new, excuse me, I'm only gonna drink water. I've been talking too much today. Okay, full moon names, hurricane names, flowers that attract birds and butterflies, advice for rotating crops, and much more. So if you're using it for macro level, like crops, great. If you're using it for micro, for home management and small gardens, that's perfect. So Grace, that is the almanac.
Cool lesson for me.
But we still publish it. The 2026 one will be out. So don't think it's all gone away. And if you use it as a reference, like you can still get it.
Yeah, it's looking kind of split in the chat. Some people are saying that, yes, we still get them every year, keep it in reference, and some people say not anymore. So yeah, it looks like it's split, but very cool.
Yeah, so you're still buying them. Might not be used by everybody, but like it's still good reference for some. So don't worry. Still coming. Yeah, patrons swear by the weather. I read a statistic which I won't even try to repeat, but it's pretty on top of it for a lot of the time. So, you know,
Cool. Shall
and
we?
yeah, it's just fascinating. I also like love to learn new things, and so I feel like I can just go down a big rabbit hole with it. You're right, Donna. All right, so that's Old Farmer's Almanac, and
I think we're almost at the books, right?
I mean, yeah, the Old Farmer's Almanac. That's
Old
us.
Farmer's Almanac.
Farmer's Almanac, gone.
Brent.
Trusty old guy. I don't know how you remember that otherwise. But yeah. Oh, Libby said 52% of the time. I think that's what I heard too. So I mean, 52% of the time for a book from the 1700s, like they were using the same properties, like pretty good. All righty.
I was gonna say, I wonder how climate change is gonna affect that, but that's kind of doom and gloom. So anyway,
That is a question for the farmers who run the almanac. I
yeah,
don't know.
there you go. All right. So we have some books to present for you. I am going to share my screen. I sent the Edelweiss catalog in the chat, and I'm gonna share right from Edelweiss. So and that way we'll be able to tell you right away if someone has e-galleys. So let me share my screen. Why is it not popping up? My screen is too small. There we go. Okay. So I've got some exciting things for you. We are starting with A Beast Slinks Towards Beijing. I love this cover. I think it is so beautiful. And if you love an epic family saga, you're really going to love this one. It spans decades and continents and deals with intergenerational trauma, the legacy of colonialism, and inescapable fate. So Chi Yenze hasn't seen her father in over 11 years when he walked out on her 14th birthday and disappeared. One night, 11 years later, he shows up on her doorstep unrecognizable. He's older, he's frail, and he's being haunted by a prophecy. So he's not the man that she remembers, and he sits down and begins to tell her stories of his day as a Red Guard during the Cultural Revolution and his mother's youth under Japanese occupation. And then he tells her about this prophecy. And she begins to have these strange visions of fox spirits, jackalopes, and at at its core, it really combines folklore that examines colonialism through these three generations. And Tao Tai, who is the author of Banyan Moon, who we love and have had on Writers to Watch, said, epic in scope, written with dauntless power and grace, A Beast Links Towards Beijing offers an unflinching look at the legacies that continue to haunt one family through a century of reckoning. Alice Evelyn Yang's richly threaded novel sings with artful prose and unforgettable storytelling, reminding us of a promise of redemption, even amid the dark consequences of violence. This is a book that will stir you to your core, which is very high praise, and we're just really excited to have this coming out in January. Yeah, Elizabeth, the cover is really, really striking. I love the colors that they've used. So that is A Beast Links Towards Beijing. And next, passing it off to Lainey.
We have very slowly all at once. So this is Lauren Schott's first novel for adults. It's a propulsive and wickedly entertaining debut thriller. Mac and Haley Evans have worked hard to achieve their upper middle class life. They have these promising careers, two children, brand new house. It's this lakefront village in Ohio. Everything doesn't all is not always perfect though. They have aging parents, problems at work, upkeep on this gorgeous house, and then a small check appears in the mailbox from a mysterious company named Sunshine Enterprises. Mac assumes it's from his wealthy, estranged father trying to buy back way back into their lives. But he doesn't really want to use it, but funds are tight, so he cashes it, and his surprise, the checks keep coming even for a year longer than for even a lot. Sorry, for even a larger amount than the last. And despite growing uncertainty over the identity of the mysterious benefactor, they keep taking the money. After all, this house isn't going to pay for itself. So it's kind of a choice with dark repercussions. The couple learns the hard way that nothing in life is free, and I think it's got really great atmospheric writing, this diabolical domestic thriller, but kind of a relatable premise of like, well, if money came in the mail, like, would you really ask where it's coming from? You would just be happy to have it. So, it's a really, really fun one. And I have to say, like the quotes coming in, Publishers Weekly, Jillian McAllister, Sabrina Bowen. I mean, it goes on and on. I was at Ditchapalooza in Ohio, and somebody came up to me and said, "Have you read this book? I love it so much." So I know some chatter about it is moving around, and I just wanted to highlight it for a second. It comes out pretty soon, January 20th, so you have a little bit of time to read, but yeah, getting a lot of good buzz.
Sweet. Okay, next we have Frost Lines by Neil Shea. First of all, very cute cover. Every time I see animals like wolves, I'm like, oh, I wish I could like keep that in my house. Anyway, so Neil Shea is the perfect person to write this book. He's written for National Geographic for over 15 years, reporting around the world at the intersections of conflict, climate science, and cultural change. And in Frost Lines, he explores the Arctic and how it's being affected by climate change. It's this blend of natural history, anthropology, and travel writing that shows how powerful, beautiful, chaotic this change is through the lives of the people and the animals that live there. And it is such an incredible book. He spends time with wolf packs, indigenous hunters, caribou, all to create this beautiful and immersive book. And also has photo inserts of his own photography. And it's just a really gorgeous package. Um, yeah, it's very, very exciting. Oh, Kim just said, I loved his account of his travels in a part of the world that most of us will never experience. The wolves who weren't afraid of humans was amazing. Yeah, it's an incredible book. I feel like with the Arctic, again, like Kim said, most of us aren't going to go there. So travel writing is really where we're going to get it. And he just does a really fantastic job of putting you there. It's a really exciting book for us. So that is out. I want to say it's like 2 weeks from now. The second. Okay. Which, yeah, 2 weeks from now, which is again terrifying to think that December 2nd is 2 weeks away, but it is 2 weeks away. Um, Next we have Homeschooled. Okay, this is a book from Harlequin. It is a memoir that is simultaneously heartbreaking and funny at times about a son forced into being homeschooled by his mother. So Stefan was 9 when he was pulled from school, and his mother cited that his teachers were stifling his creativity, when in reality she wanted more time with her growing son. So his homeschooling was barely schooling at all, and he was left on his own and was subject to his mother's erratic behaviors. She really wanted him to like return to this like young child that he once was. And he slipped through the cracks of this homeschooling for about 5 years until he's landed in the public school system, which was very jarring to him. So it's about him trying to carve his own path after, losing that agency. And it is a memoir, but it's also a look into the American education system and homeschooling. And it's a really deeply affecting memoir, and we hope you get the chance to read it. It is up on Edelweiss, and you can see that Mary Carr quote at the top, a coming of age memoir for the ages. it is just a really, really fantastic read and very moving. So that is Homeschooled.
I think
And
when you're
then,
looking for like those reads like educated,
yeah,
hard to it's hard to give comps like that because that was so great, but these quotes are just like outstanding.
yeah, they're coming in. Yeah, Casey Davis in the chat just said sounds a bit like Educated for sure.
Yeah. That was such a great book.
Yeah,
Terrible, but great book.
yeah.
Um, okay. This one's exciting. I'm sorry, I'm out of order. Let me get back to my notes. So this is a from the best-selling author of the Kingdom of Lies series. This is a slow burn romantasy set in a Roman-inspired world ruled by merciless vampires. When people say like, "What's your Roman Empire?" Like you can actually physically say this book because it is about a Roman-inspired world. Um, and this story, it's kind of like just a great kind of romantasy with a lot of action. If you're a friend of like Jasmine Moss or Rebecca Yarros, of course. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the story. So, and it was just a library reads selection. So I'm sure you know all about it, but in case you don't, I'll just do a quick um summary. So there's life in a perilous thorn district and a constant battle for Arvel and her younger brothers. They're like having a hard time. This there's a vampire standing on her doorstep about to turn their world upside down. She makes a magically binding vow to do the impossible, kill the Emperor, an ancient vampire created by the god Umbros, and she must enter the Sundering, an arena where only the fastest, strongest, deadliest survive long enough to be selected by the Emperor's elite guard. So she's pulled into this wild story. There's like as she survives the arena and completes her mission, she must get to the bottom of a conspiracy that will change everything she thought she knew about herself and the two vampires who are deeply entwined with her destiny. We see readers really gravitating towards these like paranormal romances, especially vampires. I feel like Twilight's been having like a resurgence lately, which everything ebbs and flows and it's circular, but I feel like
As it
vampires
should.
kind of stay as it should. They kind of stay, but every once in a while we get some more vampire books, which we're happy for. Yes, thank you for sharing the thank you from Stasia. So this book is really cool. It's going to have great, as you can see, sprayed edges, kill or be killed with the blood dripping. And we have this great deluxe limited edition. This is book 1 in the Empire Blood series. And what's special, really, we're so excited to have the pick for library reads, but we have, drum roll please, 5 signed copies to give away. So it's nothing official. It's just like a fun, happy, just like galleys usually are. So if you email me or actually just email one of us. We will get it to you if we have it. 5 people, let us know. But yeah, we're very excited. This is great. And we're not using official giveaway. The law's gonna come after me, but we just have some special signed copies that the author did for us that we can hand to wonderful librarian hands who helped vote for library reads. So let us know.
Yeah, so exciting. I'm loving that vampires are having a moment again. I don't
Yeah,
know. Is anyone else loving that? I'm a big vampire fan.
I love it.
Yeah.
All
And that
right.
book is Lainey as well.
Okay, so this one is very important. So okay. Hostage by Ellie Sarabi. This is a raw and unflinching memoir. Survivor of 491 days in Hamas captivity. On October 7th, Hamas terrorists stormed kibbutz and took Eli Shravi from his wife and their teenage daughters, dragged barefoot out of his front door while his family watched in horror, plunged deep into a suffocating darkness of Gaza's tunnels. Grueling 491 days in captivity. Hope was hard to stay. So hope was hard to hold on to. This is the first memoir by a released Israeli hostage undergoing physical beating, psychological abuse at the hands of his captors. some people are it's compared to Ellie Weisel's Night and Laura Hildebrand's Unbroken. This is a very important book. It is a firsthand account of a really terrible experience that the world was watching closely. This book you probably have seen. It came out October 7th, but we have not had Galley Gab Fest, so we just wanted to remind you just how much this book how important this book is for someone's firsthand account to have gone through that. And yeah, that's it. It's a very it's very serious. I don't want to like joke or anything. So I'm just gonna end on I want you to know about this book if you don't already. I'm sure you do. So
Trying
just
to
a
pull
reminder.
up the op-ed from Washington Post by the author, but my computer's loading really slowly.
You might have a paywall, I don't know, but
Yeah, you might.
you'll see Ellie like all over the news
And then there's also a good NPR interview. I think it might just be my computer going kind of slow. Let's see. Okay, NPR interview. Okay, got it. Righty.
Yeah, thanks for sharing those. The news of this books continues. You'll see it in the news. So, all right.
Okay. Now shifting gears a little bit. We're really excited for this book. So Life on the Bridge, you might recognize Kaylin from her appearance on Love on the Spectrum, but you may not know that she's also a therapist. She's a registered behavioral technician, and this is an updated version of Life on the Bridge. It includes new chapters, an introduction from the director of Love on the Spectrum, and we also have digital audio coming, so we're really, really excited about it. It's a warm, personal, and practical guide to understanding autism from an autistic author and therapist. And she really invites you to reshape what you know about autism and what you think you know about autism and how to support those in your life who are on the spectrum. So it has specific content, which I've broken down here: autism, what it is and isn't, communication, how do you avoid misunderstandings, encourage conversations, and have better interactions, behavior, the mechanics of stimming, sensory distortion, and more, interaction. So that's disability accommodation, goal setting, etc. And then just addressing common questions that people might have about the autism spectrum. So we're really excited to have this. And we had a really great quote from the department chair and professor of psychology at Furman University, Dr. Aaron Hahn says, Partlow gives practical advice and tackles today's thorniest issues. The book she was never supposed to be able to write is a must read for anyone eager to understand autism better, a rising star in the field. So we're just really excited to have this new content for you. And I just think it's really her perspective as a therapist as well is just brought in here and honed really well. So that is Life on the Bridge. And again, we are going to have audio for that. So I just wanted to call that out. And then I have another one. This is,
I
let me
just want
be,
to say quickly, like if
oh yeah,
you don't know Kaylin, I think yes, of course, the show is great. I think everyone kind of fell in love with Kaylin, but um the videos that she puts out on social, I see them pop up all the time, and she does a great job breaking down, like what people are dealing with when maybe you don't understand why it's a big deal, but like on their side. And I think it's a really it's great information, even if you don't deal with someone like directly. It's a great thing to understand and maybe might be really good even for like book clubs. I don't know, just really
yeah, I
something
can
to
see
dive
that.
into and understand someone else's point of view. So,
Sure. I think that would be a good book club book. Absolutely.
yeah.
And then I have Let Me Be Real with You. Hold on, my notes are a little out of order. Okay, found it. We just want to make sure this one is on your radar. It went on sale last month and was an instant USA Today bestseller. Arshay Cooper is a celebrated athlete. He's a rower and now an award-winning author. So Let Me Be Real with You is an inspirational collection of stories that reflect on his personal journey, including his life as a young Black man on the west side of Chicago and then his subsequent success as an athlete. So it is yeah, it has like this memoir aspect, but it's also self-help. It's pretty step by step of like he'll help you discover how to tell and own your stories, the importance of unlearning so that you can ultimately learn, which I really just like love that as a concept. I'm glad he's writing about that. and then the balance between pushing yourself and recovery. And I think his experience as an athlete plays really well into this. So it's memoir, it's an inspirational guide on how to change our lives and do it even if you're afraid, and do it because you're afraid. So it's one that came out last month. The eGalley is still up though, so you can request it. Um, and then Lainey has another really exciting one to tell you about.
I get like very serious ones today.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a big deal. We're publishing a book by the Pope.
Have
Quite
anyone heard of the
literally,
Pope before?
I have Roman Empire, I have the Pope, I have, yeah.
Vampires.
Um, very serious. So we have the very first published worldwide at once book by Pope Leo the 14th. So for with his first public appearance, a very American Pope, first public appearance before the world, Pope Leo the 14th expressed hope for an unarmed and disarming peace. Collected in this beautiful edition are sermons and speeches by the Pope he has delivered since May 8th, 2025, after his election, which includes his first apostolic blessing delivered to the central, okay, I'm gonna missay this, I'm sorry, Loggia of the Vatican Basilica. Called to be a light of hope, his video message to the young people of Chicago and the whole world, the compass of natural law, his address to members of the International Interparliamentary Union. This is a tongue twister, and many more. So, yeah, it's going to be published worldwide all at once, so everybody can hear from from the new Pope. Yeah.
Very cool that we
And
have that
that's
going.
coming. Sorry, hold on, I had it. February 24th.
Yeah, super cool that we can share that with everybody. All right. And then I
Really.
wanted to call back really quick to the True to the Game, Terry Woods um trilogy. What word am I trying to think of right now? It's all the books in one. I'm like forgetting. I don't even know.
Volume.
Volume. Thank you. I was just like, I have no idea. But really cool that we have this. I just wanted to show you the cover up close. And in this catalog, I'll be sure the link. You'll also find our writers to watch guests for
Oh,
next
omnibus.
omnibus.
I
Thank
like
you.
that
I was
word
like, I
too.
am not remembering this right. Thank you. So I'm gonna reshare that link. For
Don't
all
ask
everybody.
librarians. They're
I
gonna
know
have
now
the
they all have
thesaurus
this, and I
ready.
love it.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I'm gonna share this link one more time. Let's see. Edelweiss catalog.
I love a thesaurus. Just a side note. It's like
All
always open on my computer and I love a thesaurus.
right.
Okay, I think we did pretty well. That was a lot of information. It was a lot of FYIs. It was a lot of different kinds of books, but we haven't done this in a while. So I just wanted to we just want to jump on here and kind of commune with you before Thanksgiving because we're thankful for all of you, but also just kind of give you a heads up on some exciting things that are coming that maybe we haven't had a chance to talk about otherwise. Our next event, when's our next Galley Get This, Grace? I don't remember off the top
Off
of my
the
head.
top of my head, I think it is December 3rd at 2
Okay.
p.m. So actually, that's pretty close. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to do it a little closer in December because we didn't want to get too close to when people were gone for any holidays.
And we're gonna
And
be
then
on. Yeah.
in January, I think it's a little further because we know people are coming back. So we tried to be um, thoughtful on that. So then we'll have Galley Fest, and then right after we'll have Riders to Watch, and then we'll bid you adieu until the new year. Oh, I'm sorry if you emailed me. We have the 5 claimed. For legal reasons, not a giveaway, you know. But we have 5 signed galleys, so we'll send those to you.
Um,
Um,
they'll likely go out, I think, not next week, but the week after. Also, thank you for saying you missed me at Tri-State. I missed all of you. I was sick and I really didn't want to get you ill. So thank you. I missed you guys. Hopefully we'll see each other in the flesh soon. In the flesh always sounds really intense. I don't
in the
face to face, in person.
Yeah, is there anything you have 10 more minutes to tell us anything you want? Is the Pope book on NetGalley?
I
It's-
want to say no.
I have a
Hopefully.
feeling that
I
they're
think it's probably
not
a
gonna
one day
do.
lay down too.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're not gonna do E-galleys, we can check on that though for you.
Yeah, I can definitely ask.
Let me see. It's
I
not in, let's see. Peace be with you. Yeah, there's gonna be some more news on, like you'll see it in the news, but we got the go ahead to tell you about it. Um, I have a feeling they're not gonna do an e-galley, but we'll look into it.
that's my thought as well.
Yeah, let's make a
Also,
note for next. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll tell you maybe then. We'll look into it.
yeah. Also, if you have not yet voted on the poll before we head off, it's like on when you're looking at the right of your screen, it's like the third button down. If you hover, it looks like a little graph. You can vote there on our writers to watch. Again, we're just kind of putting our feelers out, seeing what you're thinking about, the timing of writers to watch, whether it works more for during the day or if, we keep it as is after work. But, looking at the poll right now, it's looking like the daytime.
We also will take it. People wrote in the chat. I mean, this is
Yeah.
not like all of the people who will vote. So if you're watching this and the poll is there, fill it out. We'll circle back to it. But I think we're getting some mixed thoughts on it, and so I don't want to change it if it's totally mixed. But we'll keep taking in information. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you all for being here. It was such a lovely hour. We're so grateful that we've had another fabulous year with you, and we're looking forward to seeing you at Writers Watch and the next Galley Gab Fest, where I don't know. I'll start thinking of contentious holiday questions about when you should put up a Christmas tree. I'll start brainstorming. Maybe Lainey and I might have a little fun outfit. I don't know. I just put her on the spot. We'll see.
Oh, thank you, Eileen. That's very
Thank
nice.
you all.
But we love Writers to Watch. It's been really fun. I think it's interesting because we like don't try, but we always have a thread through the books that are on. I don't, it's very odd, but um, oh, thank you. We have a lot of fun with you here. And if you're like, oh, I would like you to talk about more Roman vampire books, you tell us. We'll bring it for December. Right. This one was a little bit of a catch-all for everything we've been missing, but we can definitely cater things. So you let us know.
Yeah,
Write
for
to us
sure.
anytime.
It'd be fun to do like a themed one.
Yeah.
Fun. Something fun.
Yeah. We've done
More lit fic.
like
Okay.
self-care or literary fiction. Okay, we can do that. We've done like self-care, we've done like New Year, New You. Um we hopefully by December we'll have our January Writers to Watch done. I'm working on it. So we'll see. But write to us anytime. And that's it, I think. I think we can end a little early, give you 7 minutes back of your day. All romance all the time, can
All
do that.
romance, more lit fic. I'm
Okay.
always happy to talk about lit fic for sure. Or horror, I guess. Horror, I guess. I love that.
I feel like
Sometimes
these days
sometimes romance is
horror's
horror
hitting.
to us.
Yeah.
Well, to me.
Horror's
Um,
hitting these days.
yeah. Seconding horror. Okay, maybe we'll do like like a scary romance one. Not like scary romance, but horror and romance one and
You
genre.
know, so
Cool.
Carrie has a good point. I did a genre talk in Ohio in October, I guess. I came and talked about genre bending, and it was really fun because I talked to editors of like what's coming, including some of the books we talked about today. So maybe we pull some genre bending stuff and talk about some trends that are coming. That might be fun. Oh, hi, Libby. I was there. It was great. Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing it. All right. I think that's it. This
Thank
has
you
been
all.
really like a balm
Yeah.
for the soul. This has been so nice to see
Yeah.
everybody.
I think we all needed it.
Mm,
So thank you all so much. And I'm going to sign off, bid you adieu. See you
I
next time.
do.
Bye.
Bye.